Oh, hey everybody, it's the 3D Printing Professor, and I'm back at the workbench, and I'm getting some work done today. And to get me back into making videos, because after vacation it's a little bit hard, I'm going to start with an easy one for me. I'm going to tell you a little story about how a little do-it-yourself doll almost ruined my relationship with some really good people. So, for those who don't know, what we're looking at here is MyMiniFactory. It's a website where you can upload 3D files for other people to download and share with them. It's a great site, and what sets MyMiniFactory apart from other 3D file repositories is that MyMiniFactory checks each file for printability. Unlike Thingiverse, where people can literally upload anything that they want, MyMiniFactory is strictly for your 3D printer. They're really cool in that way. Now, a while back, MyMiniFactory, because they were curated, had to make sure that they had control over what was being uploaded and things like that. So after you uploaded it, you couldn't edit your files. Now, they've since changed their stance on that, at least with me, hopefully with everybody, but I don't know. But during this time, I uploaded, and I uploaded this to Pinshape, Thingiverse, everywhere I could. These do-it-yourself dolls that I called the Joennies. It was a combination of the Money, which was a M-U-N-N-Y, which was a do-it-yourself doll that was out at the time, and well, I'm not a humble man, it was designed so that you could take it, print it out, and then paint it and customize it yourself. Here's a handsome little devil with I put glued yarn hair on there, and I made several variations that you can see up here. There's the Joenny cube, which is basically a Minecrafty version of that, and I had somebody paint one of these and they took it home with them, so I really should make another one. I made the Joenny moles, which have, basically they're the normal Joennies but with holes cut out and animal ears that you can place in here. And here's a little He-Man bunny rabbit, because He-Man bunny, I mean, come on. He's even got the bowl cut hair. Anyways, and then I also made a Joenny pony, because ponies are a thing, which a friend of mine thought looked more like a fox, so she painted it to look like a fox. And you know what? I'm okay with that. The whole point of the Joenny project was to create something that you could make yourself and do yourself. Here's another one that I made that I put yarn on for hair and tried to paint it up to look like little Native American-y looking. I don't know how well I did being, you know, me. And then the base one. Now, shortly after I uploaded this everywhere, including to MyMiniFactory, MyMiniFactory emailed me and said, hey, we love this Joenny doll of yours, and we're going to get it in the hands of a bunch of artists, and can we promote it? And I said, sure. You know, the weird thing was when somebody says, hey, can I promote it? What should have gone off in my head is, well, obviously they want something out of this. What is it? Now, I had no idea what at the time, and it didn't even occur to me, but I'm loving the designs that they put into the artists who did this. And you know, some of these guys, the guy who made this was like, I can't do it the way those other people did. He just took a Sharpie to him, and yet I love what he came up with. I mean, the faces, I'm pretty sure that's somebody's face that I don't recognize. Darth Maul, I don't even know, is that Chewbacca? It's beautiful, the whole lot of them. But then you also saw the other ones here where they had other artists tackle the design. I love the hair. This guy 3D printed hair. Because the top of this is flat, it's actually designed to print upside down so that we don't have to worry about overhangs. So the top of it is flat, and he printed a hair that you could just go right on the top of it. Absolutely beautiful. And then of course this one they put on their front page. And then the shoe dropped. I got an email a little while ago with my Joenny, their paint job on it, but I was pretty sure that was my model, but they had renamed it. Instead of calling it the Joenny, they called it MyMiniBuddy, which on MyMiniFactory made it look like they had made this model. That's what they meant by promote. They were going to make it their own and promote it out there. Now, the problem with this that I saw was, one, I had branded it, and two, it broke the branding with the rest of the series. It was no longer a Joenny in the series with the Joennies. It was now MyMiniBuddy and the Joennies on the side. And I was upset about that. Now, again, this was a mass market email that they had sent out to the world. It's possible you got that email if you were into 3D printing at the time. And I was upset, and I contacted them and I said, no, listen, you did not say that you were going to change the name of it. In doing so, you screwed this up, and you won't let me fix it because I don't have editorial control. Fix it now. And it took them, you know, they drug their feet. It took 24 hours, 48 hours, and finally they did it. And meanwhile, the damage was done, in my opinion. Let's switch back to the fourth wall here. So, what happened as a result of this? Well, I didn't pull everything that I had off of MyMiniFactory. I didn't delete the Joennies or anything like that. I just stopped uploading to MyMiniFactory. I just wouldn't let them have anything else I had that was new. Now, during this time, they were growing and maturing, and they were creating the ability for content creators, if you make exclusive content for them, to get some of the ad compensation turned to you. So that was cool. But come on, they weren't giving me control. Oh, and then they did. They turned around on that policy, and they gave editorial control to the people who are using it. But still, I was like, no. I'm not playing their game anymore. I don't want them to promote my stuff as if they had created it. And then they started contacting me almost monthly on a regular basis saying, hey, we see your designs on other websites, come upload with us. And I would send them a very nice email back, honestly a very nice email, that said, well, thank you guys, but I already have stuff on your site, and I'm not going to give you any more of my stuff because of this incident that happened. And this went on for a couple of months. And they were trying to sell me on the new policies they had, and I said, listen, you know, screw me once. I'm not playing this game. And then somebody contacted me personally. I don't know if they had a changing of the guard. I didn't recognize the name of the person who was coming in, but it seems to me like they had some new blood coming in. Or maybe it was the old blood. I don't know. But they apologized. And I didn't realize at the time, but I guess that's really all that I wanted. I wanted one of them to say, hey, we're sorry. We shouldn't have done that. Up to that point, none of them had been apologetic about what they did. They were, I guess there was a mistake. We thought that we had contacted you, but I guess that we didn't. Their communication was not apologetic. And finally, this had been a long time. Let me see. I uploaded this in 2015. May of 2015, and only a couple of months ago they apologized. So it's been almost a year before I finally got an email that said, we're sorry for the way that this was handled. And I realized something in that moment. First of all, I realized that I was being petty. Second of all, I realized that the only reason they took this and made it their own, or made it look like it was their own, was because they liked it. They got the idea. No other website. This design had not gotten traction on any other website, but on theirs they did. They got it. They liked it. They were my people, in my camp. And they got a little bit overexcited about it and put their name on it, and I got upset about that, sure, but they got it. And I was turning my back on my people who got a design that I made in the way that I wanted it to be gotten, over a petty name. And maybe it wasn't petty, and maybe I was just being silly. I don't know. Either way, I've decided that MyMiniFactory is a good site, and they're good people running it, and I still felt so at the time. I just didn't recommend them, but now I actually do recommend MyMiniFactory. I like them. I like what they do. I like what they're doing for 3D printing, and I like what they're doing for designers. They will allow designers to get paid without having to charge the customer who's downloading their files. All you have to do if you want to download their files is go download their files, print them out, do whatever you want with them. You're seeing ads while you do so, and part of that revenue goes to the designers. That's cool. That's the way it should be done. These guys are making a win-win situation for everybody. So, you know what? While I was a little bit silly about the way I treated this situation, I'm now ready to recommend MyMiniFactory. You know, these guys get 3D printing. They get the sort of 3D printing that I'm into. So, you know what? I dig them. I hope that you guys will support MyMiniFactory. I hope that you guys will check them out. And I hope that this story maybe gives you a little bit of insight into how to handle the people in 3D printing who, you know, this is the danger of uploading things and sharing them online, is that some people have intent to use them for their own purpose and their own gain without compensating you, and that's not right. Some people just really like your stuff to the point where they make it their own, and they might get overzealous and they might make a misstep, and when they do, how are you going to act when that happens? Intent has a lot to do with things, and if you just can't handle that, then I guess the response is don't share your stuff online. But I don't ever want to recommend people not to share stuff online, because this is how we grow together. In many ways, that statement is true. Anyways, I thank you guys very much for watching. I want to thank my Patreon supporters, who you can see their names on the bricks in the back, and there's still room for more, so if you'd like to get on there, go ahead and back me on Patreon. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.